On a scale of 1 to 10, how overpowered is Saitama? That's easy. 1. Welcome back, anime fans. Before we get started, once again, I want to give fair warning. This will be full of spoilers. I'm going to cover things that happen in the manga, the anime series, and even the original manga series. With that out of the way, let's get into it. So obviously we all know Saitama is absolutely incredible. And from what we've seen, there is no ceiling to what he can do. There are so many people out there that say Saitama could not compete with TV's most powerful characters. But by the end of this video, I hope to have you convinced that not only can he compete, he will blow them all clear out of the water. The 4 major areas I'm going to cover are durability, strength, attacking speed, and reaction speed. Let's start with durability. Saitama has been subject to so many powerful attacks, all leaving no visible damage. The most powerful hit Saitama has ever received was when fighting Boros. Boros, in his final form, kicks Saitama in the stomach, which sends him straight to the moon. We can calculate Boros' force by using the time it took Saitama to travel to the moon. Assuming their Earth is similar to ours, the moon is 370 million meters away. It took Saitama 2 seconds to reach the moon. Easy math gives us a velocity of 185,150,000 meters per second, with a staggering acceleration of 92,575,000 meters per second. Saitama weighs 70 kilograms, and the force required to send that much weight to the moon in that amount of time is 6,480,250,000 newtons, the same energy as 286 megatons, or 1.2 million joules. The closest explosive force to that is USSR's most powerful nuclear weapon, the Tsar bomb, and that bomb only yields a mere 50 megatons, less than 1/5 of what Saitama took. Wikipedia states that in the bomb's final form, it can yield an additional 50 megatons. Still, only 100 megatons, that's less than half of what Saitama's stomach took in a single moment, which still left him completely unscathed. If that attack did no damage to him, what would it take to break this guy's bones? Well, I'm going to try and answer that. Through some research, I learned that one of the smallest amounts of force required to break the skin is 0.0001185 newtons. That's simply to scratch someone. The average rib bone has a 25% chance of breaking under 3,300 newtons, 27.8 million times the skin breaking force. Although we can't see any visible scratches, let's assume that Boros' attack at least scratched Saitama. If that's the baseline force to scratch him, the required force to have a chance of breaking Saitama's ribs is 180 million megatons. An absolutely unheard of force. And that's only to have a chance of breaking his ribs. Next, let's move on to Saitama's strength. Calculating this was by far the hardest thing for me to do. There were so few things that offered usable samples. But after looking through the series various times, I found one, and it's actually during one of Saitama's most impressive moments. While fighting Guryuna, Saitama is placed under the pulling force of a black hole, a force that shows to have relatively zero effect on Saitama. He is still even capable of throwing a rock against the force like it was nothing. Black holes prove to be a really tricky thing to work with. There is so little information on them. I found a couple sites saying that an average black hole can pull an object at 186,000 miles per second. Using Saitama's 70 kilogram weight, we can calculate that Saitama's arm is roughly 3.7 kilograms. Just to lift his own arm, Saitama would be required to lift 113,243,964 kilograms. Just the rubber glove on his hand weighs 2.4 million kilograms, which he lifts effortlessly. With this kind of strength as his baseline, I can't even imagine what his max potential could be. Let's move on to attacking speed. To figure this out, we're going to use the fight between Saitama and Goro in his second final form. Goro launches an insane attack against Saitama, his Godslayer instant attack. And unlike most animes, instant usually means instant, which I found defined as succeeding without any interval of time. Of course, it would be impossible to calculate an attack that happens without time, so we use the smallest measurement of time we can, a plank time, which is often referred to as an instant. If we look at Goro at the point of attacking, he is striking 16 times. For Goro to punch 16 times in a 1 plank time, you'd have an attacking speed of 160 tredecillion punches per second. I can't even explain that number. The Flash can only punch 1 billion times, a fraction of Goro's speed. But how does Goro's attack help us find Saitama's attacking speed? While Goro attacks Saitama, Saitama launches his own counterattack. And if we look at his scene, Saitama is punching 38 times before his arms vanish into a blur that overtakes Goro. This places Saitama's attacking speed in the area of 380 tredecillion punches per second, over twice what Goro can do. Alright, after seeing how fast they can attack, how fast can Saitama react to things? Goro is the first to show off his unbelievable reaction speed by blocking all 15 strikes thrown by Flashy Flash, an attack that happens in 1 millisecond, but that's nothing compared to when Goro attempts to launch a killing blow onto Saitama. Assuming Goro's arm is similar to the average length of a human arm, he is human after all, then we know his arm estimates about 25 inches. We can also assume that Goro pours more effort into his 1 killing punch than his earlier 16 instant punches. So let's say it's 1 much stronger punch, but in the same instant speed as his earlier 15. With that, Goro's attacking speed for 1 killing blow would be 1 tredecillion meters per second, an attack which Saitama is able to stop mere inches from his eye. As far as I know, there isn't a character in existence that could land an attack on the serious Saitama, not without altering time in a way that stops it or backs it up. In conclusion, if we use all those calculated numbers as baselines for Saitama, as we haven't really seen him go all out, well then what could his potential really be? Well, remember what I said at the start? I believe Saitama's max potential, on a scale of 1 to 10, is 1. And I don't mean the number 1. I mean 1, the creator of One Punch Man. I know what you're already thinking. Of course Saitama is as strong as one wants him to be. Just like any character in any series is as strong as the author wants them to be. But that's not what I mean. I mean Saitama has the power of 1. He has the power of the creator. Saitama is as strong as he needs to be regardless of the foe he faces. His strength will grow, so he will always be stronger. Goro actually says it best in the conclusion of their battle. He says 2 things that truly speak volumes about Saitama. One being that he's made up of the world's unfairness, and the second being that he is the personification of justice. Saitama believes he is doing the work of justice, and as long as he believes that, he will always win, because he has an unfair power. But that's it for my theory. Like always, I'd love to hear yours. Also, do you see any holes in my theories? Have I made any mistakes? Point them out. I would love for you to tear it down. And like in the last series, we will be having a contest. You don't even need to subscribe this time. Simply leave a comment below about the video. It can be anything, even talking crap about my theory. It doesn't matter, just leave a comment. And if this video hits 100 likes, I will do a draw between everyone who has commented. The winner will receive a $50 Amazon gift card. And that's it. Until next time, anime fans.